Okay, so I'm going to be doing some overviews of what other people are what other teachers are offering, and then kind of comparing it to my own offer to show everybody how great a deal I have. So they'll actually believe me. So so let me go. So I'm going to this website called Lesson Face. And so you can see at the top left here, Lesson Face. And I went to guitar, typed in guitar, and this is what comes up. So currently my offer is $20 for 30 minutes, 20 US dollars for 30 minutes. Okay. So first of all, you'll see that a lot of people actually don't even charge that price. They'll charge more than that. Majority of the time it's like $25, and a lot of time can be much more than that too. So like this one of $40 per 30 minutes. Okay. So anyways, I want to start with this first one here, Colin Young. And I already kind of read through his uh his thing here to see kind of like, how it compares with what I'm offering. And it says, for over 20 years, he's been helping students of all ages unlock their potential. Whether you're a complete beginner or have some experience under your belt, the lesson will be tailored to your unique goals. So basically, I offer basically what this guy is offering, but for 7.5 US dollars less. Um, Patient and flexible, very comfortable with song bass. Now the thing is, with my teaching style right now, I am flexible to doing whatever the student wants to work on, but I tend to try to kind of encourage them to work on three main skills. So that is dexterity, sight reading, and practice mastery. Probably number one is probably practice mastery. Because if you aren't practicing if you don't have a consistent practice routine, then you're not going to get as much as you can out of the lessons. So that's a pretty big one. The second one is probably probably maybe I don't know if it's dexterity or sight reading, but they're kind of equal. But anyway, sight reading is important because you want to be able to see the notes and understand them easily. So I've got a really good way to fast track that. And the dexterity one is because not only do you want to see the notes, but you also want to be able, like sometimes people can see what they have to play, but they just can't get their fingers to really play it as well as they'd like. So that's where a lot of the dexterity exercises I use and stuff come from, um, and work on to build. So yeah, so he's got a teaching style where it looks like he says it's patient and flexible, very comfortable with song-based learning, focused on theory. Also, we do song-based learning as well and theory discussions, but I just try to encourage them with all the other ones there. So he basically offers what I'm offering, but I seem to have like a bit of a specialty in um in in certain regards of like really trying to get the foundational elements of certain things to really try to fast track students so that they can basically I want my students to like I noticed after 19 years of teaching that there are certain things if I taught my students, then it would really fast track their progress. So that's basically what I focus on: dexterity, um, sight reading, and practice mastery. So yeah, he offers the same thing as basically I offer, just to have a little more specialty kind of in certain regards of that fast tracking thing. Curriculum, beginner to advanced, available to students to free JPEGs. So pretty much what I do. 26 years playing. Yeah, I played a very long time as well. He's taught for 20 years. I've taught for 19 years. And so basically what I'm trying to show people is that like very similar offer here, except that mine is 7.5 dollars cheaper. And yeah, and I've got a bit more specialty in teaching young beginners and and in and trying and fast tracking them with those foundational skills. Um, okay, let's go to another one here. Gabriella Wise. Now, Wise is actually a famous guitar name, which is I wonder if she's related. Wise, I've been playing guitar. Also, one thing I wanted to say about actually Colin Young is he said under his credentials 26 years of playing experience, 20 years of teaching experience, studied at Metalworks Institute of Sound and Music Production. By the way, I got a student, I taught him from complete beginner and got him into that Metalworks Institute of Sound and Music Production. So just wanted to say that. That's one thing that I've actually got a student into that program. Strings attached music, the National Guitar Workshop. Now the thing that I would say is different between me and him here in terms of the credentials and the affiliations, whatever, is that, oh, he has his college diploma too. I wonder if in music. Let's see. Oh, that's the College of Metalworks, Metalworks Institute of Sound and Music Production. Okay. Yeah, so the thing I would say I have there is I have my grade 8 Royal Conservatory in guitar. Um, Royal Conservatory of Music in guitar. And I also have my grade 8 with the uh, theory and kind of composition stuff as well, voice leading and all that stuff. And just so people know, it only goes up to grade 10. Like grade 10 is like the top level. So grade 8 is a very good level. And I've also not only that, but I've also got a student. I've taught a student from complete beginner to grade 8. So not only have I done it myself, but I've also got a student to do it. I've got many students in many grades of Royal Conservatory. Like I've got my other student, I got him up to grade 6 Royal Conservatory before he left me. He left me to go to the Metalworks Institute of Sound and Music Production, to college essentially. So I got him prepared for that, got him this grade 6. And and then I also got another student, her grade 6 Royal Conservatory, and then she went off to university. Um, I've had many students, a lot of younger students who have reached like grade 3 Royal Conservatory level. Anyway, so just wanted to kind of point out that that's a difference there between us as well, is that I have difference in qualifications there. And it might even be in comparison, I would think probably the Royal Conservatory is more um, demanding in that regard of like this is more for music productions, it seems, sound and music production. So I would say probably Royal Conservatory is not music production at all based. It's entirely performance theory and sight reading and stuff like that. So there's that. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there. I'll just do kind of like one-offs. I'll try to make like content, so just like one off here, one off there. I'll just kind of talk about that. But I just wanted to show people that basically like if I go through here, we can see that most people are going to be offering more than $20 per $20 USD per half hour lesson. So you got 27, 25, 20 here. Let's go to Frederico. What did he have? So, teaching style, read more. So it doesn't show anything about his qualifications. So I'm saying, so he's charging $20 per half hour, but he probably doesn't have his, or does he? Graduate of EMPA, Buenos Aires, Argentina, specialized. I'm not really sure what that is or how it compares with the Royal Conservatory in of Toronto. Um, rock, blues, funk, soul music, classical music formation. I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he knows his stuff, but I'm just saying that like, let's see, Brazil, Cancun, perform in different singers, bands. Meanwhile, I teach online. My job. So another thing too is his seems like his main thing is to be a performer and play with bands and stuff. And then meanwhile, he will teach online. Um, whereas my thing is I used to play a lot of shows and stuff, but I just kind of prefer to teach more because I don't really like driving out to the shows and all that stuff. And I'd actually just I don't know, I just kind of like teaching because I like teaching from my home. And I have to drive anywhere when it's like bad weather and stuff like that. So the thing with me is a lot of teachers are performers first and then teachers second. Um, and whereas me, I was more performer first, teacher second. But then a lot of years back, I decided I didn't want to do the performance as much. So I basically just stopped doing that entirely, um, and now I've been like basically entirely teacher focused for like, I don't know, probably since back in 10 years ago or something like that. About 10 years. Okay, so sometimes I'll play like a coffee shop or something, like if it's my friend's coffee shop or something like that. He's been teaching for 4 years on Lesson Face. He's been teaching for more than 10 years. Okay, so I've got 19 years of teaching. Anyways, what I'm saying is that like in comparison, I have a really good offer here, right? Because I'm charging the same amount as he is here, and it doesn't seem like he has the same qualifications, at least on first like he has qualifications, but it doesn't really measure up to the same as what I have, right? I've got almost double the amount of teaching experience. Um, and uh, probably more qualifications, it seems. Um, I'm more specialized in my teaching style. Um, and adapt my lessons accordingly. Yep, adapting your lessons. Yep. My job is passion for me. It brings me joy. Anyway, so yeah, like let's see who else teaches for $20 or less. So 40, 45 for 30 minutes, 24, 30 for 30 minutes, 40 for 30 minutes, 50 for 30 minutes. Look, like I'm at 20 here, right? And I thought it'd be a good deal, but like I don't know if people recognize how good of a deal it is here. 35, 40, 35, 30, 30, 29, 65, 35, 25, 25. Like everyone is over $20. 40, 42, 20. Okay, we got 20, but he does violin and guitar. Okay. Let's just take a quick look at this one. So he offers the same. Let's just see how it compares. Violinist and guitarist. I graduated from the University Nacional de las Artes in Argentina. I teach online and also at my studio at the University of Arts in Buenos Aires, Argentina. As a professional musician, I've played in numerous orchestras and chamber music. That's nice. Sounds like he's probably very well suited for the note recognition and stuff. But I would say we probably measure up very similarly here, and we're charging the same price. So um, I also play violin. I also play piano. I also teach piano. I don't teach violin because it's not. I play violin and I used to teach a bit of violin, but I stopped teaching violin because I'd rather the student get like a real violin teacher, with like really good um, technique and stuff like that. So I just focus on teaching guitar and piano. Okay, so no matter your age and background, I'm sure that you can play whatever instrument you choose. Work together on types of music with a special emphasis as you like, as the Argentinian. So my culture and teaching tango and Argentinian folk. I also have extensive experience. So the thing is, I focus with younger students, so I teach a lot of like fun stuff that they would like. So maybe some teachers would teach more like Argentinian folk or something, or like jazz or something like that. But the thing is with me, I have a lot of my younger students. Um, I have a lot of younger students, and so I have a lot of pieces that suit them really well. So we play like Super Mario theme and like, Pirates of the Caribbean and like Jurassic Park theme, like all this stuff that they really love. Also like a lot of the pop music that they like to listen to these days. So there's a big focus, I think, in terms of me with that, in comparison to perhaps these other teachers. So yeah, we have the same price, but I would say in terms of, and it looks like he is probably very well versed in music. How long has he been teaching for? It doesn't say how long he's been teaching for. So I've been teaching for 19 years. Okay, more specialized with teaching young beginners. And specialized in fast tracking them with dexterity, sight reading, and practice mastery. Whereas he seems to be kind of more open here. Um, he does like he says he can probably do the music that you like on the music you like, right? But as an Argentinian, he loves to spread his culture by tango and Argentinian folk, so that's kind of cool. Um, Hmm. And so yeah, there's a difference there in the sense that like, yeah, I'll still teach my students classical stuff, or I'll try to like, challenge them or force, it kind of encourage them to like focus on more difficult music that would kind of like get them outside of what they kind of currently know and kind of to learn about different types of music and stuff like that. But I think a lot of the time we focus on, stuff they enjoy playing, like I said, like again, the pop stuff and the that they like playing in the, like Super Mario themes and video game theme music and stuff like that. Correct technique. Yep, that's what most teachers will do. All ages and all levels and all abilities. Whereas I tend to try to specialize with teaching young beginners. So there's that. The thing is, I don't have a lot of, because I don't like to, I kind of don't like to bother my, um, I kind of don't like to bother my students and their parents and stuff. So I never ask for um testimonials. And I used to, back when I was teaching in person, I used to just get by word of mouth. So because of that, I never bothered with marketing and stuff. And so I never like really had to focus on testimonials. And then I worked for different studios and stuff like that. So I didn't need testimonials there either because they would just get me the students. Although I did get a name for myself in one of the locations as being particularly good apparently with young beginners. And that's actually where I started to think I should niche down with that because that was something I was particularly good with in comparison with the other teachers there apparently. And so, and I had a really high retention rate with a lot of the young beginners too. They seemed to really like my lessons. So yeah, lots of great testimonials here. So that's great. Unfortunately, I don't have that because like I said, okay. And then again, we're back to um 39.99, that marketing trick, 39 instead of 40. Um, $35, 40, 70, 25, 35, 35, 30, 35. And actually, if we go back here, oh, sorry, I just got confused. I just got misdirected here or distracted a bit. So it says she's like a sound engineer, but she does play electric guitar, so that could be cool. But that's the thing is like I specialize in teaching young beginners guitar, piano, ukulele, right? And I think a lot of these other musicians, like I do still production and I do still do performance, or I used to do more performance and stuff like that. But like if we click on her profile here, I don't think I saw how many years she's been teaching. Yeah, I don't think it says how many. I've experienced teaching and tutoring since I was still in high school. Yeah, almost 10 years. Okay, 10 years and she's charging $35 for 45 minutes. Okay, that changes things. So I wonder what that would be if we broke that down actually. Mathematics, the math of that. I like to get to know each student. Okay, she has her Bachelor of Science degree in recording arts. That's not so much teaching or performance or anything. That's more so just like um sound engineering. That's like for production, producing music and stuff like that. Okay, so and it's like if the student is coming for a lesson to learn how to play guitar, then that's not as useful because yeah, you can encourage them to be like, oh, you can produce your own music and stuff, but ultimately, like the thing is, when I'm teaching young beginners, I'm not going to be trying to show them like, here's how you can produce your own music. That can get really, um, in the weeds, and they'd have to download programs to their laptop and stuff like that. Like we could still do stuff like that, but the point I'm trying to make here is that she doesn't have really a focus on teaching, not necessarily teaching, but like teaching, or like a focus on the performance and the instrument itself, more so on the sound recording. Um, and sound production and technology. See? So it doesn't really have the same. So we don't really match up in that way. So in that way, I would say I'm much more probably more qualified in terms of the instrument than she is here. But she's charging 35 for 45 minutes. I'm charging 20 right now. So like that's the thing is I don't get like as I was saying, if you look through here and you see these prices and you measure up like what I'm offering and what they're offering, we got 20, another 20 here. Most of them are not 20 though, right? And anyways, you notice like what they're offering and what I'm offering, and you actually go through that. Like I would recommend people go through and actually look at the what the different teachers and stuff are actually offering. I wish they would because then they would see how good an offer my offer is. Um, and unfortunately, people are so attention deprived and time deprived, and you got to be entertaining and stuff like that in order to really make a impact, I feel like, for people to keep listening and stuff, it seems. Um, that it can be tricky to actually and also maybe they're not particularly trusting um of just some person or whatever online. So there's lots of like psychological elements and stuff like that that go along with it. But basically what I'm saying is that I have a really good deal, and sometimes it seems tricky to really get people to understand that. But that's what I was trying to do here with this video, is just show you and show you the comparison so you can really see, oh, actually this deal actually is really good. So I don't know. I'll probably just end it there. And yeah, whoever watched through, there you go. You can see what I'm actually offering here and come try a free trial lesson with me and you can see for yourself. Anyway, that's the thing is if you try a free trial lesson, I feel like that's why I offer the free trial is because I really want them to get in to just try the free trial. Because I feel like if they only do even just do one free trial, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. So you do the one free trial and you realize like, oh, actually this guy really knows what he's talking about. And he can really help me because at the end of that free trial, you're actually going to learn a lot of really good, useful stuff. And a lot of students will actually learn a song. You know, they'll learn to play some interesting tune. I'll give them a bunch of songs that they can play. I'll teach them how to read music just in that one little lesson. So yeah, try the free trial with me and don't let your self-limiting beliefs hold you back from this really good offer right now. Because, you know, as time progresses and I get, you know, more students and I start filling up my time again because I was basically what the reason why the prices are low is because I was trying to fill up my time because I had stopped teaching as much for a little bit. I still had a couple students, but like 10 students. But I wanted to focus on like learning code stuff as well. And so that I started to focus a little bit more on that. Let me see if I can fix the background here. So I started focusing more on that. And then I'm coming back to like trying to really fill up my schedule with students again. And so that's why I was offering the 20 USD plus I'm in Canada. So, you know, 20 USD is like 27 Canadian. So it's like even better for me. So I can kind of offer those lower prices and stuff like that. Oh, actually, I noticed that one person actually he says his is $20 per 60 minutes. So that could be a really good deal too. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of show people so they can kind of compare and see. And yeah, I'll just wrap it up there. Try my free trial. Bye.